Hey everyone, it's Senna Ale, and today we're going to talk about the Elemental Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Um, the artwork is by Kinga Britschgi. This oracle I saw, I waited, and I probably grabbed fairly early. Um, Again, it's by Rockpool, one of my favorites. The book has color, and then it has the information regarding what it is. It has words of power, it has information, and what element it's related to. And what's really nice about this book is it not only does it have like the spreads, how to use the cards, it also has a little bit about the author, the illustrator, but each card is really interesting on a little bit more about the information about the card itself, about the power, about the meaning. So it's kind of an informative type of deal. So it's a little different than others. So I really love it. And it's nice because the back of the card actually manifests in the deck, in the box itself, which is really sturdy, of course. Rockpool is really good about having really sturdy boxes, which I love. And this deck is a little bit more handier, so the cards are easier to handle. I love the fact that it's silver gilt on the side, so I'm like, ooh, pretty. So it's always good for that too. And so you can see that they shuffle pretty good. So the cards are really nice. So you have things like ice, hearth, south. And look at how beautiful they are. I mean, these are really magnificent. Oceans, animals, lake, dark matter, rock, speed. I love that look. The sun, magnetism, pressure, the equator, west, volcanoes, voice, earth. This is probably one of my all-time favorite cards. Just the way it looks is just magnificent. Cave, fire, north, water, mountain, the biome, inner core, music, time. So there are multiple cards that are still left. Magic. So as you see, these embody so much of what makes up the universe, the elements, the alchemy of the world. And it's a really good way to, when you're doing a reading, to give a little bit more depth and a little bit more information to how you reach in deeper to a person. So I recently did a reading and used these cards to help broach a few different things that I needed to with someone I was doing a reading for the querent. And so when I did this reading for you guys, I wanted to touch a few things for you guys as well. Now remember, this may not resonate with everybody. It may resonate with a few of you really well. And take what you want, toss what you don't. But one thing that I will say is that I have found since COVID, a lot more people are more open to the mystical and magical. More people are willing to hear what the universe has to say. And I'm grateful for that because I have been more in tune since just prior to COVID happened. And I think it is important for us to realize just how much we have all been affected by COVID and being isolated from each other. And how important it is that we realize that we are a family of humans. And we truly are, in all manners, a bit of everything. So let's start this reading. With this reading, what I'm noticing is we're going to talk about where we've been. We've been speeding. We've been speeding along with our movement, trying to cope. Things went by faster than we ever thought. We've had to work from home. We've had to cope with all these changes. Speeding. And a lot of times, most of us have not had a chance to really breathe. We've not had a chance to sit back, relax, and go, what have I done? What have I dealt with? How do I feel after everything's said and done? And that really plays part into what the West has to say. And the West is about completion. We know COVID's not over. We know that with these variants, especially with the Delta variant and the Delta Plus variant, and how much that is actually playing havoc with the world right now. And probably a few more variants that are about to come out that are going to be variants of interest and variants of concern. That we're going to worry that we're going to go back into isolation. That as much as we've completed a lot of our stuff, those of us who've been vaccinated, those of us who have finally gotten to see family, and where we feel like we've completed a journey, we finally have completed stuff where we can slow down, we're worried about, can we even have a moment where we've been able to say goodbye to those who've passed, that we can take a deep breath and complete the things that we need to finish up so we can go ahead and move forward. Which is why music is important. It's about finding the joy in what's there now. Many of us have been so stressed we haven't found the joy in the simple things, the peaceful things, the moment of things, even with the bad stuff that's happened. 600,000 plus in the United States are dead. Over 1 million plus worldwide. And we have to mourn the loss of all that life. But the joy is how many people we've managed to save. The joy of many who are recovering. Yes, some of them are having trouble. Some of them are not living the life that they lived before. And that's going to take tremendous effort on all of our parts to help. But listen to the music. Have the joy in your heart for the fact that you and your family, you and those you love, are still around and they still care. And in this very moment, you are alive. able to move forward. And remember your passions. Remember the things that allow you to open your soul to hope, to grace. Passion is what allows us to feel, to connect. The world of mysticism, the world of metaphysics, says as above, so below. Passion begets passion. If you love something, if you enjoy something, and you share that passion, you share that love with somebody else and they get excited about it, it spreads, and it's a beautiful thing. Don't forget to share that joy. Remember all the things that we've all discovered. All of a sudden learning how to cook and can and bake and all those fun things that most of us would never have considered doing before. But also remember the things that we've also learned that we can do to save money, to be ourselves, that we reconnected with people on a level we've never had before. That's huge. That's important. That passion is important to keep. Which is why rain is so important in our lives. Watering that belief, watering those relationships, making those abundant, growing them. The fecundity of making sure that they don't die now that we have them, keeping them going. We have been hurt in so many ways in the last 18 months. We have been stressed. We have been tired. We have anxieties and fears. But we're being told that it's okay to celebrate the small things. The storms are cleansing away those things that make us afraid. No, maybe we don't have everything 100% clean. Maybe that COVID isn't done yet because it's so new and we don't know why it's mutating in such a way that it is, which is not normal for a virus. But look at humanity bonding as it is, which is something that had been being lost. Be cleansed by the fact that you are building those bonds, becoming closer. Feel cleansed by the fact that you have been giving options that normally wouldn't have been thought of. Fight for those things. Be cleansed. And remember, the earth is your home. Home is where the heart is. Your family is who you choose to be, not always by who you're born to. Many of us have chosen our family through the years. It's not just by those who we have been born with. And that has never become more true than this past 18 months. And celebrate that fact. And the oceans remind us of bravery. You have been so brave this last 18 months. Celebrate that bravery. Reward yourself. Because God's bless. It has been scary. You have been through so much. So much. And you deserve to celebrate and enjoy the love you have of your friends and family. Which is what brings to your inner core. solidify your inner core, your belief system, those you hold closest to you. Make sure you've told them you love them. Don't hold back. Make sure you let them know exactly how important they are. Don't say, oh, I'll tell them one day. One day may never come. If nothing else, this past 18 months have told us this. Make sure you have your arrangements in place in case something happens to you. Take care of yourselves. Be strong. Because the plants have said, we are in a period of growth. Emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. Last 18 months have provided for this, have shown us in ways that we never expected. Now it is our time to reevaluate, rethink, get rid of the things that don't work, embrace those that do, and thank everyone who's been part of that journey so far. And that's up to you. So again, these are the Elemental Oracle deck by Stacey DeMarco. And I hope you enjoyed it. You can get them online almost anywhere. I will tell you that I give this deck probably, I will tell you about 6.97 chakras, because it really hits home. It is easy to use. It is something that I find that I go back to this deck over and over again, and I think you guys would really enjoy it. Until next time, Bendithian.